hypogonadism. Hello world, this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more me talking, so if you want to turn it off now. But I'm going to share my little adventure with low T. User error on my end. Everything you're about to hear was recorded via the camera's microphone because I didn't plug the microphone in all the way. It didn't click. Sorry. Hypogonadism. This video is probably going to be unusable, but here we go. Hypogonadism, otherwise known as low testosterone, means your man parts aren't quite making the hormone that they're supposed to be. In 2023, I signed up for this race in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan called the March of Giesecke. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google it. But I signed up for it, hired a trainer, was training very consistently. Diet wasn't perfect, but it was pretty much on point. And I completed the race. Completed it in 15 and a half hours. Race, ride, kind of rode your mountain bike, took your bike for a walk in the woods. Looking forward to the next year. I wanted to do it again, but I wanted to finish before the sun went down. So I kept working with my trainer, kept training, and then life happened. Family needed me to be in two places at once. I couldn't be, so I chose the place where I could be, where I was needed. And I found somebody local to take my entry into the race and had to pull out. And then everything just stopped. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Getting off the couch was hard. Going for rides with friends just didn't sound appealing. Getting on my bike just wasn't fun. And that's not me. That is not me at all. The most embarrassing part about stopping, putting on weight, was all of a sudden, those bedroom activities, just to not be able to, shall we say, perform. It was at that point I went to see my doctor, who was a great guy, and he just sat, listened to me, and he said, well, we're going to get to the bottom of it. So I had some blood work done, and my testosterone levels weren't zero, but they were well below normal. They were well below what they should have been. And my SHBG, or sex hormone binding globulin, was actually elevated. I didn't even know that was a thing. He wanted to order a second test 2 weeks later to make sure that the first test wasn't a fluke. So we had another test, and results were the same. Really bummed me out. From there, I got prescribed androgel, or the gel-based testosterone. Apply it to your shoulders once a day, and it worked. It wasn't like immediate. It took about a month, and I won't say that I suddenly felt amazing, but all of a sudden I was looking back compared to where I was, and I was feeling a lot better. I was feeling so much better than I was just even a month prior. 3 months into the treatment, I got my blood work done, and yeah, testosterone was in the normal range. Life was good. SHBG was way down into the normal range as well, and I was feeling great. I actually did Iceman shortly after that, and I felt absolutely amazing with Iceman, which is another bike race you can look up if you don't know what it is. Then the holidays hit, and I started to get into a little bit of a slump. I just contributed it to holidays, families, food, not getting out as much. Had my follow-up physical in January, and wouldn't you know it, my levels were going down again. Couldn't believe it, and he asked me how I was feeling and if I'd noticed a difference from November, and I stopped, thought about it, and yeah, I definitely felt different than November. At that point, he increased the dose of the gel, and we tested again 2 weeks ago. Got my results back last week. I am back down to where I was before I started TRT. Now that is frustrating. Went and saw my doctor again this morning.
Friday morning, time to clean up and head to the doctor. We'll see what happens.
We had a nice long talk. Not ideal, but we're gonna go off of the gel, and I am gonna start taking injections. We'll see how that goes. Now I've got to figure out how to give myself injections, but that's kind of where I am. He told me that he feels that my body's no longer absorbing the testosterone through the gel, and that if you inject it directly into yourself, your body has a hard time not absorbing it because it's going directly to where it needs to go. That's where I am right now. We'll see how that goes in a few months. I'm confident it's going to work. There are a few questions I had when I started that I did a little bit of research on, but I didn't really find a direct answer to. And that, I guess, the answers that I would give myself: no, you're not going to feel the effects right away if it's done correctly, if you're doing it legally and it's prescribed by your doctor. It's very subtle. You're essentially microdosing your body with testosterone to get yourself up to normal levels. The only thing that I really had to worry about personally at home was remembering to put on a t-shirt after the gel dried, so I didn't share any of the hormone with my wife. Something I was also curious about, being somebody that flies for a living, was how well does a container do with pressure changes? And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but if you leave someplace that's around sea level or 1,000 feet, and say you go to Denver and you go to the hotel, you open your tube of toothpaste, some of the toothpaste is just going to kind of come out. It can get everywhere if you're not ready for it. That doesn't happen with a gel container at all. It does really well every time. If you made it this far, I have questions for you. Are you doing TRT injections? If so, how are they going for you? How difficult was it for you to learn how to do? And how successful is it? If you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Talk to you again soon. Back to the normal videos next week.